Yes.
What's going on, everybody? I want to welcome y'all to the Pride Show. You know, I'm your host, the good guy. You know, you feel. Love your skin. We're going to kick it off and start with you.
Toy. KP. Free Spirit. It's Dino, baby.
It's Lauren.
Michelle. Renee.
Tonight's topic is hate crime.
Hate crimes in North Carolina increased by 12% last year, FBI said. The definition of a hate crime by the FBI is one that is motivated by bias based on disability, ethnicity, gender identity, race, religion, sexual orientation. Victims may be individuals, businesses, institutions, government entities, religious organizations, or society, or the public as a whole. States with fewer people but more hate crimes incidents last year include Arizona, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, and Washington. So, let's talk about hate crimes.
First question I'm going to ask everybody is, anybody ever been a part of a hate crime? It doesn't have to mean for what you do behind closed doors, just anything, as far as race, anything. Sky's the limit. Anybody ever been a part of a hate crime? Or seen somebody? No. Not with that face, no.
I have, but it happened more to a classmate, and it was pretty much dealing with race. Because of where he worked, I mean, I grew up in South Carolina, and y'all know how South Carolina is. But it happened in Newberry, and he worked at a really nice plant in Newberry, and this white co-worker, she liked him, and apparently she already had an admirer, on the job. He waited till he got off work, beat him, and turned around, hooked him to the back of his truck, and dragged him down the road. When they got ready to have his funeral, I'll never forget, I was in Walmart, and we had all these people on motorcycles, white guys, waving their flags, Confederate flags everywhere, and they was right there in front of the road as, the funeral got ready to come down the road, and they're right there. And I'm like, I've seen a lot of that in South Carolina. It's almost to the point to where you become numb to it. I mean, the Confederate flag used to be on the State House. I remember marching there every Martin Luther King, day, because that was a big issue. And the only reason why he pulled it down was because of, what happened in Charleston with the black church. So as far as it, happening in the LGBT community, I mean.
Talk a little louder. They said they can't hear you. Talk a little louder.
As far as it happening in the LGBT community, I can't. It's hard. I mean, you already got enough against you as far as being black, and then being, bi or gay, whatever you choose to be on top of that. I mean, it's really hard. I feel, really bad about a lot of the things that have happened. People have lost their life for it, and it's not something that's just happened. I mean, it's been happening. But the fact that, with technology, it's recorded more, it's out in the media more, we're able to see it, we're able to, view it differently, so.
Well, I had a coworker. I worked for an airline, and the person that I speak of, their name is Jazz. They're a local person. It was a beautiful person. Before they transitioned, you wouldn't even know that person was in the room. But the day that they decided to live their truth and tried to do the transition, it was like that blossom of a flower just came out. And it was very hard at first for people at my job to kind of recognize what she was going through. And they got a lot of scrutiny there. We have another transgender person at my job that didn't have to go through that so severe. But Jazz moved away and went to Alabama, and we saw the article, and it just amazed us that this person that we knew was murdered. They found them in a hotel room, and it was just very sad. And it hurt even more whenever they brought the body back, and her family, did not acknowledge that the transition was going on. And that's the most hurt that anybody can have, is that you're getting it from the public, but then you come back into your home where you feel like you're supposed to be a safe place and happy, and your parents don't even agree with it. And that's slightly a hate crime too, because you should have your child be able to live their truth, and you should accept it. It may not take overnight to understand, but at least take the step to try to understand. And it was very hurtful whenever that beautiful person passed away. And it's been happening in the last couple weeks. We had a lady in Dallas that had a hate crime, and then they found out she was dead.
Yeah, that was real. She got beat up. She got beat like 2 or 3 weeks, and then 2 or 3 weeks after, or the week after, she was murdered. It's very hard for transgender. It's hard for the whole LGBTQ community, but it's even harder, I feel, for transgender females and transgender men, because, like you said, it's already a lot on you to be in the lifestyle. Now you have to have more thrown onto it because you want to live for who you are. And I really just give them so much respect, because I know every day is probably different, and they probably go through so much, but they able to get up and do it all over every day and walk out here. And some of them walk by themselves. Some of them, it's just, when you walk by yourself, it's a scary feeling, because you never know if you turn this corner, is somebody gonna be out to get you. And now it's just like, you have to take into accountability now that if any of y'all got any transgender friends, like, you gotta really pray for them, because the way things are going now, it's like people don't have no care in the world when something needs to happen, and fast, and rapid too. For real. I don't feel like it should be something that we be sad about. It's just, we need to put our brains together and figure out what we can do to help them. Because I feel like if something was going on our side, as studs, lesbians, femmes, just anything, I feel like they would step in and help us. So when do we step up and try to help them, put a helping hand out there for them? And that's just being real. Anybody else got a story?
Shakira said something that I agree with, but I want to know, do y'all agree with what she said about that transgender experience hate crimes worse than a lot of other people?
They do.
I think
so. I
believe so. Yeah.
Because people don't understand what they're going through, and the feeling that they...
Right.
The biggest thing is people don't understand.
That's the thing.
And those ignorant people who don't understand tend to lash out at that. Or if they relate to it and are afraid that they relate to it, they're going to hate you for it. And I will never understand that form of hate.
I would have to disagree. Because throughout history, you've seen a lot of hate crimes. I mean, against other races, different cultures, things dealing with religion.
But I think when they hate, like she said, I think it's because they don't know. So you hate something that somebody taught you when you don't really know why you mad.
But what I'm trying to say is, you're right, but that goes for as far as other cultures as well.
We're not going to discredit
That's
other
just
cultures.
like if
I think all of y'all have suffered just. I mean, you can't say which one is worse than the other. I mean,
they're all
looking back.
They're all bad.
History.
Right.
I just feel like transgender people experience more hate crimes as far as being killed and beaten and stuff like that than
our communities.
than our
Versus just a typical lesbian or a gay
Yeah.
man in our community. I mean, it's done been bad if you take it back as far as history go. You know,
Right.
you know, they
We all
experience some things
struggle.
that we probably couldn't even imagine to this day. But in our own community, I think they experience more hate crime than we do just waking up every day being just a homosexual.
community, just
I do
today
because-
in this
time. If
No.
we're talking about hate crimes in general as a whole today,
No, I'm
then
talking about
I disagree as well.
But no, listen, because
we're not
okay,
community, then
I visited Stonewall in New York, and if you understand, in 1969, Stonewall was raided every 4 weeks because it was wrong to be gay,
and then
and the forefathers of our gay rights, Marsha P., Miss Rivera, and all those transgenders that got killed in the early days, they are the ones that we need to remember. But the gays also were scrutinized back then too. They were killed every week because of what we do.
I feel like they paved the way
Yeah.
for us, but
But now in today's night in 2019, it's harder for the transgender because a lot of people are more open to
Closed-minded.
the transgender community. They're stepping out. We know that they're there
No fear.
with no fear.
No hidden-
But then on
telling
the
their
flip
truth.
side of it, you got people that are like, I don't understand that. They may be getting in a relationship with somebody that may be transgender, and then they find out they are, and then their ego gets to them. And then they go to that anger, and then they get killed. A lot of these, like my friend Jazz, a lot of our transgender people, they're homeless. Their parents and families have kicked them out. We are, as a community, as an LGBT community, we've all probably experienced our families telling us that we were wrong. But the transgender family that we have, they come and tell your family, I don't feel like I'm a man no more. I want to be a woman, or vice versa. We cannot know their feelings. We don't know what they go through. So they are scrutinized more than us because we can walk through at the mall
But you can't
and
necessarily
you can
say
walk.
that because
but
sometimes, even though I get what you're saying, as far as transgender have it harder, but the gay community still do because
Yeah.
you still see studs get bashed. Even if it's not physical, it's still a hate crime because you're throwing words out there. It's like words are like stones. Sometimes you never know. You throwing it out there, or I'm sitting at a dinner table and you got people making noise, saying little stuff. So I get what you're saying, far as they have it a lot worse, but the rest of the letters in the community, they get it just as well. Yeah, they might not put it on the front street and it's live or it's in the news, but I bet you believe if you did your research right now, it's a lot of lesbian women that probably get it too. So
And gay men do it all the time because there have been so many people that's been. If you watch Out magazine, they always are speaking about that. There are always people who are getting married and they go to their wedding and they get beat up right afterwards, and they're in the hospital. The husbands or the wives are together, both battered because somebody didn't like how they chose to live their life.
But also, let's talk about the transgender community, okay? Because one thing different from the transgender and from like me and Shakira being lesbians is that some people just don't already agree with the lifestyle itself, but then they don't agree with you changing your
Sex.
sex. You know, like so that's a whole different.
That's why
story.
I say that they have it harder than how we have. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're already gay.
Yeah.
They're already gay, but then they're taking the extra step to say, "Hey, this is who I want to be," and
This is who
I'm
I feel
okay
like
with
I
it. But I feel like they get a little more than what we get already.
Right.
I had somebody say to me the other day, actually, like, if you're gonna be gay, but why you gotta be this way, as in why a man wanna be a woman or why a woman wanna be a man. I actually had somebody say that to me. So
in that sense, that means that you got people out here who, I guess, okay with you being gay, but they want you to live your gay how they want you to live your gay. So with that being said, I think, and in our own community, we be looking. Myself personally,
It took a long time
myself
for me
is
to
weak
really
to understand, like, why, you know what I'm saying? I used to be like, what in the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to dress this way, but I'm okay with being a woman, but at the end of the day, I can't put myself in somebody else's shoes that maybe that's just not who they are. That's not the way that they feel like they should be, and that's for them. You know what I'm saying? So I believe they get it a whole lot more than we do, because it's one thing to be gay, but then when you turn around and be like, hey, this is the life I want to live, and this is who I think, and then you take that initiative to do that, people be confused, and then they want to know, why you got to take this, why you got to do that, why you want to do this,
Why you want to change your name?
why you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you got people who won't even respect you
They call you the
as
same
such.
name.
Even people who done already went through the surgery, did what they had to do, and who they are, and you got people who won't even acknowledge who you are.
I
So
got a
just
homegirl
imagine.
like that. She was working at this place, and she went by a certain name, but the people in her job would not respect her and call her by her name. They would call her what's on her birth certificate, and it's like, respect that. But I feel like when people do that, I feel like they close-minded. They don't know what it is. So the first thing they do is let me hate
It
it.
goes back to the understanding thing. People outside of our community now, in their mind, understand the gay and lesbian. And it's in their mind, because it's now released to the media, they're like, oh, now y'all want to be extra and not just be gay. Y'all want to be the opposite sex. That's what their mind goes to. They don't understand that these are individual things that have nothing to do with one another. It just happens to be that's how people come out or transition. So it's still, I now, in my mind, I get that you're a lesbian. I get that you're a gay man. But why do you want to change your sex? Like,
Right.
and it always goes back to, well, that's how you were born. That's how you were made. Ain't no mistakes.
Well, somebody just said that. Someone just said, my trans man friend said, someone once said to him that God doesn't make mistakes. And that's another thing. So they judge you if
But
you
then
go
if you throw that out there to them, they gonna have a whole fit, because now you throwing out the Bible and all that. So it's like, don't you do that? That's
It's one thing to be gay and lesbian, but
then you throwing out
but
the
then
Bible.
you want to change your whole.
Now you want to change everything
Everything.
you are just because you don't want to be a lesbian woman. Now you want to be a straight man.
Right.
Like,
And to each their own. And that's how it took me being on this panel and really thinking about it and knowing a couple of my friends that have transitioned to understand. Because it used to be that way too. I'm like, I'm a gay man, why would I want to be a girl bad? Why? I'm going to keep that. But the thing
a lot of
is,
people don't understand when they do that. They really feel like inside, deep down in their heart, that they are in the wrong body. That's just like you see now, kids. If you a kid and you feel like your parents, and I respect it so much because a lot of these parents stick behind their kids and respect them to the point of, well, if you feel like that, baby, well, let's go ahead and get this transition on the ball. They start letting the little boys grow their hair out, and they even go to the extent of getting them that sex change and all that at a young age, because I feel like that really eats at them on the inside to know that I'm not who I'm really supposed to be. You get what I'm saying?
and I truly commend the parents that are willing to say, okay, well, tell me about yourself, as opposed to, no, I birthed this, you are this. I like as if they own you. Instead, they're like, okay, I may not understand, but you can help me understand. And instead of losing my child, let me accept you for who you are
a beautiful person.
and gain this other beautiful person.
That's a mother fault.
I commend those parents.
but
But do you think, as far as, a child being at a young age, that they would really understand? Would you think media sometimes play a big part?
No, I think they
No.
know. I think
They
they
know.
understand. They know.
I watched a documentary on Netflix on, I think it was I forget the name of it, but I watched it and it was a little black child on there, and his mom was like, I knew from when he was an infant that there was something wrong, because whenever he was like 1 year old, he would never play with boys' toys. He always wanted to play with girls' clothes. He wanted to have his hair done. They wanted to paint his nails and all this stuff. And she used to sit there like, I don't know. But as he grew up, she saw it. She said, I'm going to accept this for who he is, to transition to him to my little girl. And they said that they did the transition for him when he was 5 to like 10. And you could just see the happiness on her little girl's face.
Now let me ask you this: do y'all feel like when kids are that young and they feel like that, do you feel like that's God testing the parent?
Sometimes.
You get what I'm saying?
I feel like
to
anything
say
with
so far
anything.
as like you said, do I say no? You're gonna birth this, or do you accept the child? And you get what I'm saying?
But it's
Everything
more,
is a test.
it's more to it though. You don't just say, okay, I'm gonna take my child and let them be the opposite sex. They have to go through counseling, even at a young age. They have to go through all this stuff. It's not just,
You have to
okay, I
live a
want to
year before
transition.
You can even change.
You have to go through the whole
F to an M
process.
and M to an F.
And I think as a parent, you gotta go through counseling and all.
Right.
If you're gonna be willing to go through that with your child, you know what I'm saying? That's big though. Like that's kind of deep because I just had the conversation the other day. Like I don't want my babies to be, but I guess that's a hypocrite for me. So it's like I don't know how parents do it, but I do.
I don't think it's a
commend-
hypocrite though, because when she asked that question, I'm thinking I don't think if I had a kid,
I don't.
because kids are too young. I feel, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't change their sex
Right.
at that age. I have to wait until they get an age when they fully understand what they was doing before I made that
that
decision.
part, I
That's a
get it.
permanent decision.
It's not reverse. You can't. Some stuff you can't reverse. That's
But I
why.
will let that child live. If
Now, if the child comes to me at whatever age and express themselves to me in that manner, then I'm gonna maybe even if you don't respond in, like I need to think about what I feel about it, and then we gonna talk about it. And I mean, I might not change this, start this transition tomorrow or even a year from now, but we're gonna go through this together if I'm willing to be there in that way, in that manner. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't. No, I'm not. We just not gonna go get you on no stuff tomorrow. We're not doing that.
I ain't saying
Some
no.
people,
We
They
gonna
said
have to go
today-
through counseling because I mean, even as a gay woman, like I don't know. My boy come home like I'm a big girl. I'm be like, boy, you
I guess
got
I'm just a little more. It's not hypocritical, but I just feel like I knew what it felt like to come out to my mother or my family and to see the disappointment on their face a little bit, and even if they never said nothing, but to see that disappointment, I feel like if my kids say that they was okay, are you sure that this is what you want to do? Like, because when you stop a child, that's just like a preacher's kid. If you notice, when a preacher kid is always prime example. Prime example. When you combine your kids to make them be what you want them to be, they start to rebel.
That's every
now
child.
and but I'm gonna tell you something. But I'm gonna tell you
father
something.
or your mother is a pastor, and you are held at a higher standard. So people look at you like you can't do anything wrong. So a long period of time, you try to close yourself and think like that. But then that first time that you are given that one bit of freedom, you're going to wild out.
Well, see, I don't agree, and I say that now. Who I am today is who I am. That's me, baby. Be no baby. But what I'm saying is, Mama, it was hard coming out. I ain't definitely saying it ain't easy because she had her way of, thinking, and I got my way of thinking. But we found a mutual grounds, even with her not completely understanding, and even with her needing time to, grasp it and pray about it and whatever she needed to do. If I, on her face, whatever it was she had to do, and it gave me time. But we kind of came to a happy medium because I respected that my mother's a minister and I understand her beliefs and what she think, and she understood, like, this is my child, this is what she gonna do now. She ain't allow nobody to talk about me. She ain't allow nobody to, badmouth me or any of those things. So it really wasn't that. But when we finally, to this day now, me and my shorty can go to my mama's house, you know what I'm saying? We chill, everybody cool, but it really wasn't like that. I ain't really have to, she was there, but she wasn't supportive as if, now, I'm okay with you being gay, daughter. No, she never said that, but she respected who I am, and she just give me respect. But I ain't have to jump off the porch and go crazy.
Now let me ask y'all this question.
I ain't have to do that.
Do you feel like hate crime? Have you ever been in a hate crime far as physical? I mean, verbally.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
We gay.
Explain yours. Do
Mine?
you remember your incident?
I mean, I wouldn't really call it like a crime. I know me and my buddy, BJ, we was at the mall. Had to go to the bathroom. Went in there, so white woman looked at me like I was crazy, and she went and got security and said there's 2 men in the women's restroom, and they demanded to see my ID. And I was like, bro, I can just lift my shirt up and tell you what's good, but I'm not gonna show you my ID. But sorry, my phone ringing. Yeah, it was embarrassing because people were sitting there watching. And they're like, hey, there's a man in there, and then my friend got a beard, and she like, man, that's why he want to come in here. So you have to deal with that nonsense all the time.
That's crazy.
That's what I get all the time when I go to the bathroom. People call me sir. I don't even correct nobody no more. I be like, okay.
Hey, I'm the same way. When they say sir,
Okay.
It was at this point, it's just like whatever.
I'm correcting.
I had a situation. I was in the
I'm gonna
airport.
correct you.
I didn't experience. I had my
I ain't gonna lie to
suitcase,
that, though. They
and
can't
I was
stand
walking into the bathroom, in the women's bathroom in the airport. So I come out of the bathroom stall, and this little old white lady, she just looked at me like she just seen her go, like, are you really? Like, and I'm just laughing, washing my hands. Bye.
Well, I work in like I said, I work in corporate America, and we have a lot of lesbians there that look like men. And there was one that walked. She works on the 4th floor. They walked in the bathroom, and there was an old black lady that sat in their ways. She come flying out their bathroom. There's a boy in the bathroom, and everybody was like, "Where? Where?" And they was like, "That is a girl." And it was like, "Well, she look like one. She look like a boy. Why she in there? She need to go over there to the men's restroom." And that was, and we was like,
I feel like it's crazy.
She has
It's
the
damned
same
if you do,
parts
damned
as
if
you
you
guys.
don't.
Yeah.
It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. If I'm in the girls' bathroom, I get cussed out about it. Then if I go in the men's bathroom, they look at me like I'm stupid because I'm not whipping nothing out.
I don't even
Or if
like
I am
going
whipping
in
something
there.
out, I'm whipping something real long. So it's like,
I don't even like going in there. They stink and they don't even know how
she
to
is
act.
ignorant.
The family bathroom.
whole floor piece. Yeah, just
I
do
think
it.
that I think
Don't
those, as far as studs though, we got. I feel like for me personally, this is my intake on. I feel like you have to demand respect from people.
Yes.
No, you do.
You know, like you have to put. I mean, I don't care about the shame. I don't care if people watching call you a sir. If I'm not a sir, don't call me a sir. Like I'm not being disrespectful about it.
Getting real.
I say ma'am, and then you apologize to me and say I'm sorry, and it's done with. But no, I used to be like that. Let's let fly. No ma'am, I'm a ma'am, and you gonna respect that because if she comes, the next person comes, you're gonna be kind of careful about calling them sir because I don't told you you can't go by just my haircut or whatever. Not I have titties that's big. First of all, second of all, I'm a woman. And if you don't know if I'm a woman or a man, then just say next or say something else, but don't use no gender. You don't think it's pronouns?
The only thing though, Keisha, with me, I have to, some stuff I have to just let go because some people might be calm about stuff. Red is not. Because I'm not about to sit there and keep arguing with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you might say, oh, I'm a man.
need
And then it
2002
goes,
Red
then
coming
they
out.
say something. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I have to let stuff, whatever you
Well,
want
just
to
try
call.
one time. Just try one time. Usually they kind of respectful. They don't be mean about it.
Really be caring. It don't bother me. I might feel like a certain day anyway, so I just be like whatever. But you know,
Michelle, what
whatever
were you
it
gonna
is.
say?
I mean, you can't really get mad at too many people about that because if I'm at the mall with somebody and somebody walk past, if I glance at them, if they look like, you know, a boy or a female, before you know it, I've been, you know, addressed them a certain way, like hello sir, or ma'am, how you doing, you know, something like that. It's habit, to be honest.
Right,
But it's a
when you
habit,
go to
but it shouldn't
that
be
person,
correct.
and then they say something. That's what I'm saying. You don't know those whoever it is, whether they trying to bait you or not. So then if they come back with something else, I'm not gonna keep standing there. You know what I'm saying? At this point in my life, I'm not about to keep arguing with you.
The old lady at KW Red, you may not want
I don't care.
I might say
And
to
to
me,
me, I
I've
feel
been my
like-
man, but you might say something, your rebuttal might be where you look like, and then now here we go.
Oh, that's disrespectful then.
So yeah, now
You reach a whole nother level.
You say something.
That's what I'm saying.
What up? You feel me? I'm out.
Rude or
You
mean
knew I wasn't
at, you know, at first just correct them and then if it
Correct.
but
There's no conversation between it.
Me, that's still like a part of hate crime to me because I feel like even though it's not so much as fist, fight, I feel like some people do that intentionally.
Hate crime is verbal too, so yeah.
hate crime is, and I guess the part of putting crime behind it is more so just hate. Whenever you feel some hate towards you because of something you have no control of. I have no control over who I love. I love women. You hate me because I love women. You hate me because I'm black. You hate me because I'm a female.
Well, you hate me because
It's
you don't
hate.
know.
Right.
So and instead of just
Minding your business.
minding your business, right, or opening your mind up to something new, you'd rather just hate me. Like when we were planning our wedding and somebody turned our services away because their conviction would not allow them to come.
To sing at our wedding, honey.
That's
So no money for you.
Would not allow them to come sing at our
That
wedding.
is wild.
No problem, boo-boo. We got someone way better. Have a good one now. Like,
If you're planning a wedding, the Polk duo out of High Point, do not call them.
wow.
It'll be a waste of your time.
Very nice.
But how did that make y'all? How did that make y'all feel though?
What made it even worse to me, because I was livid because we literally made several appointments to the point when they finally told us why. That's what made me mad. Number two is y'all are both teachers of young children. Do you treat them the same way? Do you turn them away from your classroom because they're different from what you want to teach them? Like, that's what angers me. It's not so much that you don't want to sing at my wedding, because boo-boo, that's fine. We got way better. It's the matter of how you went about it, especially to cancel 4 appointments. Like, you kept pushing us off, and then when it was finally time, you call and say, and give me this long drawn out speech and dance around the bush before you finally, literally, not saying that I don't want to sing because you're gay. My conviction won't allow me. And please then end it with, please continue to pray for us as we will you. I said thank you. I do not need your prayers, but I will definitely pray for you. Have a good day.
But you just
Christians get on my nerves.
I'm telling you.
I argue back and forth with them. We go back and forth.
Not all Christians.
Not all Christians. Not all Christians.
And what's even worse about that is they don't think that's a form of hate or discrimination. They just feel like the love in them won't allow them to accept other forms of love or whatever they think. Like they think that they're right, you know? And that's what sucks. Again, it comes to understanding and ignorance.
it's real. Like you said, hate crime is in all forms. People that just don't know. And to me, I call them dumb.
I call them out.
That's what it is. Call them out.
No, because, I mean, you got, people with disabilities, they get it too. My brother's disabled. And we have to hope and pray that no one's going to watch him eat because they'll say something. I've been in too many altercations, people staring.
I've
And
been in
that's
those.
rude. I'd rather you ask me a question like, hey, what's wrong with him, than to stare at him and not treat him as a person. He's still a person.
Yes.
He has feelings, he has emotions. He'll tell you himself, he'll give you the finger if you feel like it. He got plenty of sense, but, my mom told me when she was younger, she got spit on by a white person, called her the N-word. So,
That's why I'm glad I'm in this day and age.
I'd be locked up.
Because I'm gonna be
somewhere.
honest, if I was in that day and age, just to hear some of the things they went through and just all that, I felt like I would have got hung from a tree. Especially for the men back in the day who had to get their women stripped from them and had to see your wife walk in a house and let some other man be on your wife, bro.
Man, yeah, I've been
And then
gone
come
too.
back to the house like ain't nothing ever happened. Okay, I'm going in there and I'm going in there like what is it?
Rambo.
Django.
that fire scene, that would have been me. That would have been like
off the chain.
Set
And
it
that's
on
why I praise God, and I
fire.
thank God that I've never been in this situation. Yeah, you had where you out with your friends and men to come up and say little smart stuff like, oh, well, I like what you like, and I don't know why she with you, because I can do what you can do. And it's just like, you get all that, and you get tired of hearing that. Like, bruh, just go ahead and mind your business. I ain't say nothing to you, so why do you have to stop and make these...
Listen.
As a gay
It's
man,
crazy.
we get it worse sometimes, I feel. Sometimes because even from women, they think it's disgusting. They will straight out say that is disgusting.
You'll be surprised how many straight women watch male gay porn.
Well, I do know a lot of
One
people.
of them.
But I'm just saying, but
Some kind of do.
we had this conversation already.
Men watch lesbians.
But on the same note, we do get it really bad because they just say it's disgusting. Like you just now, it's accepted as being like we said, as being a gay and lesbian to an
In the
extent.
way they understand it.
Yes, but when we start doing it and showing affection, it's like, because if you and Red was in the mall and started kissing and tonguing, you're gonna see somebody out there that's gonna be like, oh, that is disgusting.
But sometimes
Y'all extra. But you know what I mean?
We're so gay today.
We are now putting on a show for you.
All right, somebody wrote on here.
what they say,
Am I reading that right?
read it.
I'm currently facing hate crimes because I had a baby with a dude, but I'm not into girls.
But I'm into,
But I'm into girls.
But I'm into girls.
So she's bisexual, evidently.
maybe
But
not
I
so
don't
much
think she's bisexual. I think
But
she
she
was
just
just
had
wanting to have a baby,
And she did it old
and she
fashioned.
did it right. And the
But she
cheap
could be
way.
bisexual too, though.
Right.
Either
Yeah.
way,
And
I
see,
know this is
that
probably
becomes the
experiencing.
inter-community hate. Cause
Yeah,
that's
right.
what
Yes,
they
that's
do.
where that
comes
Because
from.
we think that every lesbian is supposed to be like me. So if you at some point had a child the traditional way, that means that you're not a lesbian. And that's the intent.
That's kind of how it
In
is.
our own community, but that's really how it is.
Especially if you got more than one kid.
If you got 5 and 6 kids, girl, you ain't gay. You just doing this for the show. You ain't in this lifestyle for real.
If you go and bust it open for it one time, to get to a baby, it is what it is. But when you got 2 and 3 kids,
Or 4 or 5.
Always, not always.
no.
Sometimes it's planned. Sometimes it's planned because I have a cousin in the city.
4 or 5, no, come on now.
A couple kids and she still.
One or two kids.
Okay, well,
Not
One
that
or
you
two
need to
kid
have 1 or
phase.
2 kids. I'm just saying.
Y'all funny.
And I say that because I want a baby. I'm not gonna be out here spending all this money trying to figure it out. I'm gonna get drunk and I'm gonna bust it open. And when I get back, I'm gonna show you how I done did it. It was a success. And you tried this rice open, and I don't even know him no more.
That's
so
your past.
Don't come talking to me about, oh, she did this. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear because that was going on now. But what I'm saying is, when I done hopped on that thing about a couple times, now you need to be like, boy, you like that.
To get the baby though.
I'm not. It might work. No, that ain't what I mean. That ain't what I mean. I might have to get drunk twice. I might have to get drunk 2 times. 4, 5 times. Hopping on that thing. And then it didn't come with 6 kids. Because if I keep popping out babies, I'm by. Call what you want. I'm gonna walk in that too. I'm gonna be like, hey, me and my wife is, me and my fiance about to get married. And it is. Yeah, and I'm busting right
I
up.
got coworkers that when I say I want to have a baby, they look at me stupid.
Crazy.
Saying,
I'm a woman.
How you gonna have a baby? Like you,
Because you a stud lesbian.
But they think that I'm one
That
of the
you
lesbians
can't
that care what people say. I'll be in here with this belly and all.
Me
somebody here.
too.
Like,
I'll be
and
happy
the
that my
first
damn
person that
belly.
say something, I'm gonna show you these pregnancy tendencies.
You're
And
a
I'm gonna go
female,
across
regardless
them.
of the clothes that are on your
Right.
body.
Here,
You
I'll be
are
like this.
You feel
have
me?
the same earnings.
And the first person that say something, I'm gonna cry a little bit, and I'm going across their dome.
And rub your stomach everywhere I go.
It's not like y'all y'all started dressing as a boy, and next thing everything stopped. Like
You better embrace it, but
don't come.
we bash each other. That's our biggest issue in the game.
Exactly.
Now, what I'm saying, I know some studs who got a couple baby daddies, and this is what I'm saying. And somewhere down the line, we have found an issue. We have lost our way. Now, what I'm saying, I'm not. You got all the baby daddies. I don't know. You was doing something different. Now, if I got to do it with this women 4 times to get pregnant, then it is what it is. But I don't have 4 baby daddies. It's different. It's different. It's a difference. Y'all gotta listen. You better find it. You better find the middle. But do that. No, I ain't ready. No, and I ain't ready.
But look, Amber.
got raped.
Look at what? 4 baby daddies.
My best
No,
friend
not
got
that
raped.
one.
And had her first baby, didn't want her daughter to be alone, so she busted it open for her girlfriend's uncle.
Her girlfriend's uncle.
Lord.
I'm done.
Her best friend got raped, and she had a daughter. She didn't want her daughter to be alone, so she busted open.
Her girlfriend had sex with her uncle so she could have a baby. Is that what?
To be with the other
Where they
baby.
from? West Virginia? At least she kept it in the family.
She kept it in the family.
To each his own.
To each their own.
To each his own. We ain't judging you, honey.
Today we are trying to understand. That's the thing.
That's okay, as long as it works for y'all.
Also.
I think like Red said.
To each his own.
She said she wanted the baby to have a girlfriend's bloodline.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And the uncle was getting older.
Then why she
He
want
lost his wife.
But it's
So is the uncle supposed to be in the mark too? Cause talk about
That's
the
what
uncle
I
ain't
don't
no
know.
kid. The uncle
Baby,
ain't like
to each his
kid.
own, and
Oh, he
I
must
hope
be
it
gay
worked
too.
out how you imagined it to work out. And congratulations.
Was your uncle gay?
The DNA.
Please
No,
tell
his
us.
wife passed away.
So you
They
ain't
never
gay.
had kids.
Oh.
So he's the
She had no cousins.
Her brother.
Okay.
Listen, get a little container, honey. And you don't have to bust it open. You don't
Hey,
have to bust it open.
Listen, they got, and I said I was gonna try that way. Like, you know, they got.
I am not getting drunk. I am not busting it down for nobody. My lady's gonna do this process.
Do a turkey base.
And it might work.
They say you should
Who's the father? Turkey base. First name turkey, last name
But
base.
at the end of the day, whether you turkey based it or you busted open or you went to the clinic or whatever you did,
You having a baby.
you have a baby. The turkey base is your baby father. Just say
That is
But
my
at
baby's
this point,
father.
at this point,
I'm
you
not
need to
busting it
understand that
open.
it has 2 mommies because clearly you can tell that. I don't have to explain to you that the turkey base is the father because it's actually not. But so it doesn't matter.
The father is the other mom.
That's how you should have responded first.
So you got mommy and
But I'm
Maddie?
not busting it.
Mommy and Maddie? Or Dommy and mommy?
My kid, my daughter called me
Hello?
Dommy.
What my kid wanna call me?
Call you daddy.
I have a friend
No,
at
my
work
kid
that
called me
her
Dommy.
daughter says it's Maddie and mommy.
Dommy.
I'm mommy.
You said what?
First question though. What's wrong with just like, okay, we're going in a 2-kid pass here. I don't see what's really wrong with if somebody did end up with kids, 2-kid pass once again, and they all of a sudden decided that they even wanted to be a stud, big change. What's wrong with going on your life journey and realizing that you just experimented and you realize you don't like that?
Okay. For instance,
So, you know what I mean?
okay, for instance, my lady, she got 2 kids.
Yeah.
That was her old life or whatever. And she was with the man, 1 father, 2 kids. That's it. After that, she knew that from that point on, once they stopped dealing with each other from that time ago.
She found a good guy.
No, I wasn't. This has just been me this year. But from that point on, but I mean, yeah, but what I'm saying is from that point on, after that, it was nothing but women. So I get what you saying, like, after women have their kids, why can't they? But we saying you had to, you get with a girl, and all of a sudden you got 2 more coming out. And then you got these 5, 6 keep following up. So you keep slipping up on this thing. So you need to go ahead and just do.
Yeah, that journey keep going over.
Yeah, the kids are like
That journey
10 to like 2 years old.
Now, about a 2-kid pass. I'm not gonna deprive women that have
I was about
children.
to have a hate crime.
No
real
woman,
quick.
whatever you choose to be like. I mean, you want babies, you want babies. But what I'm saying is, if you the man, and you pop up with a whole lot of kids with these different people, it's something is going on. Y'all doing something different in the people place in y'all.
Like when you're recognized as a lesbian.
Now you do what you got going on.
And then I see you got a fresh 2-year-old.
That's a problem.
But wait, your best friend wanted the baby, and
Best friend. My best friend need to figure it out for herself.
know what I'm saying, like
But I'm not saying just because I'm a stud, that don't mean I can't go and have
a baby.
5 or 6 kids. No, you can't tell me that anyway, because I was a woman. I got a home coochie. Okay? Now, and I say this because I used to deal with men. I mean, I ain't always been gay. I used to deal with men. Do I deal with men now? No. They can't do that for me. Somebody made a statement today, like, men be like, what can she do today? I got a whole penis and a coochie. That's what I'm doing to you. I'm better than you. Hello? That's my opinion. Sorry. I'm so sorry. But
That's hate crime right there.
that's how I feel about it. But what I'm saying is, so I know what it's like to be with a man, so I can't really say, you got studs who bisexual out here, but what I'm saying is, y'all know that I like women. So if I just keep popping up with more turn and more turn, y'all gonna need to ask me what's my truth. And I need to tell y'all that I'm bisexual.
That's the problem. People don't want to admit, because seriously, people don't want to admit that they're just bisexual. Just admit you like dick. I mean, and you like women. Just admit that. Don't say you don't like it. Right. You like others.
People don't like to admit that because our community hates against it and wants to allow you to do that. We then call you as a bisexual. We're like, oh, you just greedy. You don't know what you want, or you just experience.
You get called a dick dog.
A dick dog.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's what studs like. Some
That's
people
a
What now?
A dick dog.
And that is, but I had to learn that too, because I used to be like bisexual. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Bisexual
part of
was when I
our
was in high
community.
school and I didn't know what was
So
going
what if you
on.
like men and women? You feel me? I personally, when I stopped messing with men, I was just like, hey, boom, we go to women thing. I didn't really straddle the fence. You know what I'm saying? But I still say to this day, like, a man is handsome or whatever the case may be. But I don't. Even when I messed with men, I didn't understand it. I would lay down and have sex and be like, what in the baby Jesus is this? I wasn't physically attracted to a man. You understand? So it was just like, I never had an orgasm with a man. I got with a woman that was like, hold up. Now.
What you talking about? Tell them again. They ain't heard. That ain't heard you.
It's like, I'm that nigga. I just said, you know what I'm saying? I'm here. But I went through a lot though. Like I went through a lot because all my stud friends, half of them ain't never been with a man, so they just. But I walked in my truth from day one. I was who I was from day one. Coming when I was with men, then when I decided, because I didn't even like gay people. That's how I should have known I was gay. But then when I did that, this is who I walked in my truth since day one. It is what to this day I'm feminine as I don't know what. Probably out of all my stuff, it is what it is. Now what you're not gonna do is see me with a boyfriend. What you don't gotta worry about is catch me creeping out of Motel 6 with no man. That's what you ain't got to worry about. But
I hope not the Motel 6.
no, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell
Hey,
you
yo,
something.
let's get back on topic though.
No, that's
Let's get back on topic.
Yeah, let's get back on topic. Yeah, we got on topic.
In order for, we need to protect our trans friends, not as being out here fighting or whatever, but we got to stand up together as a community in order to, you know what I'm saying, to get rid of this hate that people, we ain't gonna get rid of the hate, but I mean to keep our trans friends safe, you know what I'm saying?
But what can we do, Red?
Stop recording and help.
It's not even
Just people
about
just
that.
going like this, recording, seeing somebody get beat on, and you ain't doing nothing. At least call the police. Do something.
Maybe they will,
Don't bring it up.
Understanding.
Education.
And
right here.
Awareness.
Right here. That's the thing. We keep saying, what can we do?
I mean,
What about politics?
stronger laws for it.
True, but I mean, we can't.
We got
We ain't got no control over
Right.
that.
I mean, they have hate
Gotta go out and
crimes
vote.
No, I'm not saying that. We
Because
don't
police
know how to vote, but what I'm
officers
saying
are killing us.
You know,
So we don't really. It's not so much as laws. It's us
It's us.
as the community. Like we need to educate so that people understand and aren't fearful of what they're doing. We also need to protect them and offer safe havens. I think because they definitely get kicked out and they definitely don't have nobody to talk to or be with or be around that understands them. And like, just try to understand, and if you don't like it, at least respect it. Right. Because it's not going to just stop existing because you don't like it.
Correct.
I feel like for the far as like the fighting and stuff like that. I know this might sound corny, but you know them little things that they give old people for when they
Life
fall
alert.
and they can't when they fall and can't get up. It's sad to say, but I feel like transgender, everybody in the community should have something like that for their keychain. If they're about to get into a situation or they see a situation coming, pull something, press a button on their keychain, and it'll alert the police to where they at. And to
But
know
some of the
send
police
help.
don't care. That's the thing. Like, you gotta understand, like, even when
That's things that we can do gradually if we try to, grow in and getting out there and doing stuff. But it start right here. What can we do?
The
We our
conversation
own
is
enemy.
starting right
We
here.
bashing each other. We don't understand each other. So it start right here. So in order to even start out there, we gonna have to come together
and we
here.
throwing it out there for
Period.
people to
That's-
see.
And guess what?
Gay
The
people,
fact
period.
is that most African American transgenders are the ones that's
Are
getting
getting
killed.
murdered.
Yeah.
It's not even the other races mostly.
You've been surprised that it's really
And
not.
I have
because-
to be honest because I think it comes from, again, the black community, not just LGBT, because as a straight black male in your community, you are not accepted if they now know that you've slept with this trans person. So now I gotta kill you because I don't want them to find out. That's a
That's
lot of
facts.
the
Like I
crime
said,
for
the ego
transgender
part of
women,
it.
sadly.
That's facts.
That's terrible because that's not accepted in the black community.
Yes.
Some transgender women kind of put themselves in that situation. You
I was
should
just
tell.
I was
You
gonna
should
say
let them
that.
know up front.
Yes,
Because
or-
if you
or
lie,
if you feel like it's something that
Exactly.
that whoever you're sleeping with or being with is not going to accept it, don't be with them.
But sometimes
That
you
ain't
can't
for
blame
you.
it on them.
I feel like I do feel like
you can't.
transgenders.
I'm not blaming it on
They
you.
have to
but
take
I'm saying-
responsibility because
They-
you got
yeah,
some
you gotta tell
transgenders
people
out
you
here
can't-
because we here to fight for them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not okay with what's happening to them. But sometimes, just like regular people, you put yourself in certain situations. It's just
Yeah,
like having
because a
AIDS
lot
or
of
having
them-
herpes. If you know that you have this, you need to explain this to whomever it is you finna lay down with. If you know that you're a transgender and it's not obvious, you need to say to whomever
Okay,
it
so what
is
about the
that
ones-
this is what's going on. Because if you don't, I mean,
You don't know how
So
people
say
you don't know
react.
how people.
But what
This is how
about the
people
ones
end up
that
dead.
do say something? They still sleep with the dude, and the dude now I'm supposed to feel sorry for you because you don't want your homeboys to find out what you
No,
out
not
here
that
doing
part.
on the DL.
No,
you
No,
feel
we're
what
not
I'm
talking about
saying?
that.
We're not
No,
talking
we
about
just
that.
saying that
We're
some
saying that
transgenders
you-
get killed, but you never know that. Some of
Because
these
they're
people
not
probably not
upfront.
even being honest. It's
I
just
mean,
like I
yeah.
said. It's like if I got AIDS, I need to tell you. If it get to that point, I need to be like, hey, this is what's going on. If I'm a transgender and I know that you are very adamant on the fact that I'm a woman, but I know that when I pull these pants down, when we get back to this room, shorty
dad probably
gonna be
bigger than
hanging. I need to inform you of that because once I don't tell you that and we get back to the room and I pull my pants down and shorty hard, you're gonna be like, that was my fault.
Well, let me
That
tell
was
you.
my fault. That's
let me,
what I
Let me
think.
go back to my friend Jazz. Let me go back to her. Excuse me. See, I try to learn this. The story that they told us that happened to her is that she had a friend or a partner or a sexual encounter. The person left, and then 20 minutes later came back and killed her because he felt disgusted with himself. So that's what it was. They knew that Jazz was a transgender woman. But 20 minutes later, they said that he admitted whenever they caught him and said that he felt disgusted with himself because he laid with this person.
And that's the other.
And that's
I believe that too, but I
It's
feel
a
like
guy.
some transgenders be on some old, I ain't telling nothing.
No,
And
you
I
said
say
you
all
Been
over.
around. I got friends
I
from
see-
back in the day.
Listen.
We'd be like out in the hood somewhere, and they out there, talking to these guys, and I'm like, get me out of here because I don't want no parts of it.
Right.
You feel me?
It don't be honest.
It's
So-
a
Hey, somebody just asked a good question. I think it was Paisley. She said, why do a person who believes they are a woman have to announce they are a woman? I have never walked around screaming, I'm a woman. So we're talking about the ones that's fully transitioned.
No, they don't have to
Do
say
they have
that.
to out
Say a
themselves?
word. There's no evidence of who you once were. You are now a
You are a
woman.
woman.
There is no question.
until some of them lie to that guy about why they can't have kids. Right. So what about some of them?
And see, all of that come with time. All of
Okay,
that come
that
with
should be
time.
discussed
Now, the first time
beforehand.
we have sex, I'm not going to tell you all that. That ain't your business. But what you need to know is that I.
Or they could just, or they could
They
still
gotta
continue to
have
lie
some
and
type-
say
they gotta
that they
have
had,
some
what's it called?
I feel like you have the
His
best thing is to
direct-
go ahead and tell it up front because this is the thing. You always feel like, okay, if we're gonna start something, I need to tell you the truth because even though I can keep this lie to you, I can. But who's to say that I might not take you around somebody,
That might know
somebody
you.
hating, and be like, did you know that she used to be a boy?
Everybody think like that though.
You some
They
people
move
do.
somewhere else
They
and
do.
create a whole different life.
But after a while, you're gonna start to wonder about me because I'm not telling you everything about me.
Childhood pictures.
You feel what I'm saying? Why I ain't never seen no childhood pictures? So it's best to
Burned
go
in the
ahead
fire.
and put it up front. Or say I take you to meet my mom. But did you know that it used to be a little boy?
Right. Somebody in the family gonna say it.
Somebody in your family, even if it's not yours.
Point in a relationship at all where you're meeting family, you already know everything about me. There's no chance that you can get in front of my parents and not learn something new other than maybe an embarrassing
It's no
story
way.
at school.
Because you
but
would've
you
never
will
met until
always
my mom.
you will know my past because I love you enough to share that with you, and I know you love me enough to accept
The
it.
ones that are not going to tell you is the
But
ones that probably, in my mind, and this is just my opinion, the ones that's probably not going to tell you stuff are the ones that got kicked out the house, that they don't have any support.
And now
And then you're gonna say, what about kids? You know, they're gonna make up a lie at that time and be like, they could say the house burnt down. They go, I don't got no pictures of myself.
Or I'm
you
out
know,
here.
or I'm from Ohio
My family
and I'm in North
passed
Carolina.
away,
I think at that
so that I
point,
can
at
pay
this
for my
point-
transition. There's a lot of that too, unfortunately.
Which is fine. I just think that we just, we doing a lot of advocating for them, and that's fine. But they have to take some responsibilities too.
And they do,
Sometimes
and a lot
they
of them
be
do.
doing some other things.
A lot of them do
put
are
themselves
very
in harm's
truthful.
way. So either way it go, I'm all for
It's
helping
a
them
guy
being there, being
The
supportive. But
DL detective. This man getting guys to come over there to his house, have sex with them. He's recording it and posting it
I
on
saw
social
that.
media. And then we all like, oh, why did they shoot him? You know what I'm saying? But we put ourselves, like you
Out
said,
there.
we put ourselves in certain situations to where people have no choice.
Right, because you record them without their permission.
Those people are the ones that have something to take responsibility for.
Right, we
But
can't
these
make
innocent
excuses.
trans people out here just getting
Right.
killed because of who they are,
That's wrong.
that is wrong.
That's
That
wrong.
is hate.
On
And it should be
Instagram.
recognized as
Every-
hate, and they should do as much time for killing that person or for harming
I
that
agree.
person as I would for harming the opposite race.
It's a
That's
guy
crazy.
on Instagram, and every week he posts a story about a transgender being murdered. And he don't know these people, but I guess he really takes the time and he really cares because every week he posts a picture of them and just give a little story about them. And one time he posted a picture of this girl, she got murdered, and at her funeral, her family cut her hair,
That's what Jazz
took
is
her
trying to
nails
do.
off, and put her in a suit.
That's what Jazz is
When
trying
you
to do.
know that it's not what she would have wanted. Like, you still getting hate crimes and you passed away and you dead. Like, just give me that much respect.
My friend,
But
the jazz girl, that's what they did. They cut her hair off. They put her in a suit, and then like her closest trans sisters couldn't even come to the funeral. They wouldn't even tell them where the church was.
we need to go back to that show called Pose
Yes,
because that
June 11th.
June 11th.
that was that. Hello, because I had a binge watching, but that's with the way that they like come together and they had houses and stuff like back then.
It still goes on to this day.
in certain places, yeah, but it's not
No,
big.
it's everywhere.
Yes, everywhere.
You think it's not
It's
because
in
But
certain
you don't
places.
hear about
it's
it.
Not really.
It's not like
It's not so
everywhere.
much down south. As
No, it's not.
no
It's
down
not
here,
at all.
but
But that's
where
what I
I'm
mean,
from,
like-
like it's real.
We said everywhere.
We got we had the house of Menavenici. We have the house of Ebony. We have the house of Vijanvi. We have Revlon. We have Paris Burning. We have Extravaganza.
House of
We have
Extravaganza.
Yes.
House of
we got 'em
Angels.
all. I'm a part of I'm an old member of Men of Venice.
Uh-oh.
In Winston-Salem.
That's from
The house mother is Kelly Men of Venice.
Okay.
You know, we have the houses here. We have them.
It's just they don't do balls.
We don't do the balls like
Just
that.
period. You don't really hear. I ain't never heard of.
We have the house of Miss
I ain't never heard
Rodney.
of.
We have all that.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying I never
We
heard
even
of
have-
it.
we have-
so my
we
thing
even have
is, if
lesbians.
I ain't heard of it, the people who might need it ain't heard of it. So that's
Okay.
my thing.
Yeah.
So y'all got everybody got all these things going on, but
Okay.
ain't nobody speaking up. Coming
So
together,
let's
so that's why I'm saying we gotta start.
let's try to
here.
get together and throw a party and do a ball.
It's harder than you think.
It is, but it's not. 'Cause even if it don't become a ball and it don't stay a ball, at least a lot of gay people can come out and shoot, make up a house or something. Somebody else need to get out here and get a house and let these people that are homeless, like you said, we got to start within our own community. So you got to start.
We're not
somewhere.
helping each other.
Well, we got
bashing
people that
each
do
other.
balls in our community. So next time Day does a ball, maybe we
Yeah.
can reach out to him and say, hey, can the Pride Show come on there and bring the females out? Because
We got
a lot
Mother
of females
Ebony.
don't
We got
come to
Jay
it.
Jackson. That is
Yeah.
Mother
Can you get
Ebony.
these people to reach out then?
Yeah, Day, he on
They-
Facebook. We
they
can
on
reach out.
Facebook.
Okay.
They in Greensboro though.
Hey,
You gotta go to Greensboro.
We got a few more minutes, right? Can we just go around saying something supportive of people who have suffered from hate crime? Okay, where y'all want to start?
Listen.
I stand with you and not against you. I walk with you and not behind you or in front of you, and you've got protection in me.
The same thing that she said. That was very well versed.
I respect and honor your truth. You need help, I'm right here. Always and forever.
Be who you are.
Short and simple.
That's it.
Everybody
got all day for that.
And I'm
You know
gonna be
what I'm
open, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I used to be the same way. You know, I ain't understand it. So I was like, God made you one way. You messing with what God made you. So, you know, I've come a long way. And I just say, you know, people need to open up their mind, try to get to know the people instead of just bash them. And that's what I do.
It was good you was
Yes,
honest too,
spirit.
Anita.
Listen, I ain't gonna always be there, but I'm gonna say this to say that. Listen, be who you are, walk in your truth, and let's come together. If you are homosexual or transgender or whatever you is, be understanding to our own people. Let's start right here with ourselves, and maybe we can get the other folk to respect us. But listen, be who you gonna be, and do that thing with pride. That's all I say. And stand up for yourself.
Call
no matter
me.
what you are.
I'll be your daddy in the situation. Call me. We can bust heads
I
together,
work on
goddammit.
it.
I'm here to uplift you. You need somebody to talk to? Only a phone call away. Like, and that's just being real. I'm here to support you.
Well, I'm here to understand.
And I
you.
will bust somebody in the head for you, straight live.
I'm not. I ain't.
I am.
But I'ma support you.
All the way. Stab a nigga too.
Okay,
You better go to jail for somebody.
Hey, they
Yeah.
are your sisters and brothers.
She is
At the
right
end of the
on
day,
dog.
We all sitting on this panel. We all sitting on
Encourage
this
you.
panel. I feel like everybody up here, I call y'all my sisters and my brothers. I consider y'all family. And if one of y'all fight, I'm fighting with you to let you know. Even though I don't want it to go that far, but if it ever did, I want you to know that I'm here right
levels
along
to
with
this.
you.
Yeah,
If
You
you
don't have to be a
lose, I lose.
physical fight.
But it is.
Man.
And if I fight and my lady fighting too, so you already got two sides. And then right back.
And they are part of the family, LGBT family.
Yeah.
They all part of the family, but I'm not here for violence. I'm here to uplift you in spirit and in truth and encourage you.
Don't say she lied.
Don't
She'll fight. She'll fight.
Because I'm gonna tell you
All right,
like
so I'm gonna ask you this. So
you
me
ain't
and
got to
out.
ask me. I'm
So
gonna tell you. You
me
ain't got
and
to
you
ask
out.
me.
If me and
It's a
her
different
out,
story because of the bond that
And-
we have. But I'm not saying that if I seen somebody out in public getting hurt that I wouldn't step in because I would. But do not call me and tell me to pull up because I am not.
No, I'm not saying I'm gonna pull up, but what I'm saying, that's not me. No, I'm not saying that don't call me. I'm not saying call me
It's
and I'm
levels,
gonna ride
it's
or die
levels.
with you.
This-
But
it's
I'm saying if I
levels.
see somebody
It's
getting beat on, trust to believe I'm coming through like
And
Kung
I-
Fu Kelly.
And I might not even jump in, but I might call the police for you.
Oh, I'm
I don't
jumping
know.
in.
See, that's my and that's who she is, and that's fine.
And she
Now,
is
for my
too,
people, I'm
'cause if
gonna
you
ride.
see me outside getting jumped on, you
I
just
didn't
gonna call
say
the
you.
police.
You didn't hurt me. You don't be listening. I said it's levels. But that's what I'm
Out here telling she out here getting
Lord,
false
say your
advertising. Your battery low.
Well, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover, but I'm trying to understand. And if I can do anything to help you, I can, but I'm not gonna be like them and fight you because I don't want to go to jail and I don't like nothing to be hurt. And if I break a nail, I'm just like y'all transgender girls. I don't want to break a nail. So
You don't want to break a nail?
no.
Listen, they mad because I'm up here saying that I fight for y'all. Listen, and whatever.
She just
So
said
whoever.
she going to jail for everybody, so get her out of jail. No.
Right.
Communicate. Open your mouth. It's more people out there that support you than what you think. It's taboo in the black community. You know the old saying, "What happens in this house stays in the house." What that shit. Say something. Communicate.
Oh, y'all talking about me though, Lord. Hey, check the wave. The wave was like this.
Do it again. Start over. Do it.
So Toya, if you see me getting jumped on, you wouldn't come out there and fight with me.
You my nigga, bro.
That's what we
All right,
said.
thank you. I just wanted to know where your heart was.
All right, let's go to next.
I ain't got your back. I can't fight.
I'll be the getaway problem.
Go ahead, Verde.
I would simply say you have one life to live, and you literally get to choose whether you be happy or miserable.
Hello.
And by choosing to be yourself is how you stay happy through this life is short.
The choice is yours, honey. That's what you don't remember. If you don't remember nothing else.
She said that's not good.
If you don't remember nothing else, she said the choice is yours, baby. That's all you need to know.
All right, let's get ready and then we gotta.
Just be yourself and live your life how you want to live it, and quit caring about what other people think. Because I get up every day and I can care less what anybody has to say. So do that and you'll be stress free. But I stand with all my trans friends, all the trans people in the world. I stand with you and I'm gonna rock with you. Whether we gotta fight or we gotta talk, we're gonna get it done. I got you.
How you gonna talk about the Pride cookout?
Okay, so the Pride Cookout, June 1st, 5 o'clock, Bolton Park in Winston-Salem. Keisha has put together, as she always does, a great cookout, free food. We might be out there with the water guns again this year. You know what I'm saying? DJ, we got live performances, everything. And then after that, at 10 p.m., meet us at Club Platinum on Northwest Boulevard, and we're going to party, man.
So listen.
And we're going to party safe.
And get tickets, right?
Yeah, hit us up for tickets. We got you.
This is important. On June 1st, when you come to the cookout, everybody bring a balloon and say happy birthday, because it's my birthday.
June 1st?
It's the 3rd, but y'all are still.
Come on, there, your best pride gear. Do you hear me?
Got the Gemini's on
If you got pride stuff, wear your pride gear. I'm gonna tell you now, Target got pride gear, PacSun got pride gear, Polo got pride gear, everybody got pride gear. My boy got a pride shirt on.
Yes.
Come out there with your best pride outfit, man.
It's about love. Pride is love.
Love is love.
Are you ready to end it?
Oh yeah. We
about to get
We love y'all. No, I love y'all. We appreciate y'all, and can't wait to see all y'all. It's gonna be good food, good love, good party, and all that. And we're gonna do the electric slide 2 times.
Somebody said they're bringing a super soaper.
Don't be stupid.
Cross the body strap to it and keep it on you at all times, or else you will lose it to them kids.
Snatch your gun. Them kids will snatch your gun. They'll take it.
Hey, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Last year we went the whole park up. Listen, we might have a kickball game out there too, so we might start teams out there. So. Oh, y'all come out there with y'all tennis shoes or bring them in the car. We might play a game of kickball, studs against
I want to play kickball.
studs against fams, you know what I'm saying? Make it real interesting.
I do it, Haley. Yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
All right, you ready to go?
Love y'all, appreciate y'all. I got some haters, so I'm going to let y'all go ahead.
Everybody say bye.
Bye, Pride lovers.
Rocco.
Oh yeah, and I do tattoos too. Check out my boy Ink. I did it on her leg. You feel what I'm saying? I get it in when I can. You feel me? I try a little bit.
It depends on who's.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Bye.
Bye, y'all.